my SD card got full 2 minutes into my 17-minute talk. So we're just going to do this one more time. That was my second time recording it because the first one sucked. And, okay, this is number 3. Hello. My name's Elizabeth. This is Genie and Jane Fibercrafts. This is the podcast, episode 2. I don't know what the title is. I'm sure I'll find one when I review the footage. And the third time had better be the charm. I've recorded this twice already. So we're just going to do it quick, and that way, if it doesn't work, I will not feel so discouraged. So, it's been a while. My first podcast episode came out in January. It was sort of like a New Year's thing. I sort of wanted to try something new in 2022. That rhymes. And I actually filmed the second episode the next month in February, and I just didn't have the energy to put the effort in to edit the whole thing together, so that footage is forgotten. We do not speak of that anymore. So, episode 2, I'm just gonna talk about a bunch of things. I'm not sure where I left off last time. If you did watch that, this is the sweater I was working on. This is the Ausable sweater in Knit Picks Preciosa worsted. I had just done, I think, the back up until that point, and I was really excited about it. Having finished it, less than excited about it. It's a relief to have it done. It's my first finished sweater. Very happy it's over. I sort of lost steam with it towards the end. I made some mistakes unintentionally, and then I also made some mistakes intentionally. I was just so done. I was so ready to be done with the whole thing. So anyway, it stretched a lot. It's an enormous sweater. It was supposed to be cropped, but it's huge. It doesn't bother me that much because at this point it's just a house sweater and I'm fine with that. Also, it's basically summer in Maryland, so I'm not wearing sweaters a lot anyway. It's really soft, it's really warm, it's great around the house, it slips off my shoulders, but that's fine. If I just wear it to watch TV, it doesn't matter. So that is that. That's my first FO. My next 2 FOs are hats. One is my pumpkin spice beanie. I think I talked about it in the first episode. It is this. It's a little bit too big for me, but I love it anyway. It's super soft. I knit this in a combination of Knit Picks mohair, a Loft koi, I think, and then also the Knit Crate Aldine Wool's Bloom in California Poppy, which is an alpaca blend. That is a DK weight yarn, and so I knit a DK weight pattern, but I should have found a worsted weight pattern, or at least messed with the stitch count, because it ended up too big for my head. And also it sort of fits very close, like a skull cap almost, which I certainly don't mind because it's really comfortable and really warm. And if it were more slouchy, I don't think it would fit at all because the weight would sort of drag it off my head. So I'm very happy with the way this turned out. I've been wearing it a ton. I wear it at work because it's freezing in my office. And I just finished it and I was like, oh, I really want a hat that fits. So then I knit another pattern, the Ridgeback beanie, which I didn't really enjoy. I knit it in a dark red superwash merino, no, it's not merino, it's just superwash wool, and I hated it. I don't know if it was the pattern or if it was not the pattern. The pattern was great. It was if it was the special stitches that you were doing in the pattern, or if it was the yarn itself. I don't really like superwash that much. I don't know, it was like a combination of everything. It just was not enjoyable to knit. But I finished it, and it has, I think, the perfect slouch, and it fits, so that's unfortunate, because I knit a third one, which was in a yarn that I loved, and a pattern. It was just a plain beanie. It was going to be slouchy, it was going to be really great. Also, like this point, not intentional. And I knit it like an extra inch or so that it would be like slouchy. But the yarn is an alpaca wool blend, and it was super drapey. So the extra inch made the slouch just like a fold, if that makes sense. So there wasn't volume enough to make it like a proper slouchy beanie. And it's too short to, like, you know, properly fold up, or it's just an awkward length. So this pattern is the vanilla beanie, I think, in DK weight. I did not follow the pattern as written, which is why I had problems with it. I do love this. It's very warm. It's just like an odd fit, so I'm not really sure how much wear I'm going to be getting out of it, especially, well, it's summer, so. I said it was unfortunate that the other one fits so well, because I really hate the yarn. I really don't like the yarn. So at some point I will have to continue my hat knitting journey and see if I can get a finished hat that fits the circumference of my head and also has the right amount of slouch. So the quest continues. Okay, that's finished objects. Let me check the time. I've got 10 minutes. All right, I'm gonna do a speed run on my whips because I have done this. This is the third time I've done this. So, number one, this is a hat for my sister, or it will be. This is Hue and Me, Lion Brand Hue and Me, which is a 80/20 acrylic wool blend. It's a bulky weight yarn, so it's really good for gift knitting. I knit my sister, or my other sister, a hat for her birthday in this yarn. The same pattern, which is medium roast, I think. It's a beanie with like slipped stitches. It's really nice. The hat fits her really well, and then my other sister requested one, so I will knit this for her. I've got a bit of time because the fall is not for a while, and she will not be needing a hat in the summertime. So that is whip number one. Whip number two is this scarf that you might recall from the first episode, which was in January. I have knit about this much since then. This one's been on the back burner. I really wanted to finish this sweater, which I'm glad it's done. So this whip, got about that much done since the last time. I don't know, we're maybe halfway done, 60% done, something like that. This is knit in Knit Crate, that same Knit Crate yarn, the Audine Wools Bloom in California Poppy. I knit the hat to match the scarf, and then the scarf has taken just so long that the hat I finished first, even though I started it much later. So it's not held together with anything, it's just the yarn. And the pattern is called Harvest. It's just a free cable knit scarf pattern on Ravelry. So that is whip number two, if we're keeping track. Whip number three is this beautiful rainbow shawl, which is called the Looped Edge Shawl. It is knit in a hand-dyed fingering weight yarn, a mix of superwash and nylon. I don't remember exactly what it is. I'm sure I will put it on the screen. But it was hand-dyed by the Wild Hair Fiber Studio. I saw the sample at the Maryland Alpaca Wool Festival in November. I saw the sample, I bought the yarn, I bought the pattern, cast it on like 2 weeks later. That was in November. And we're still here. It's still on the needles. So the thing is, I had gotten about here last time I talked to you, like this first orange, I think. And then I switched to continental style knitting, which, since this is just garter stitch, you know, it made it fly off the needles. And it was going really well until I started casting off. And I have been casting off for 3 months. It has a beautiful I-cord loop edge, and it takes so long. I've been doing these I-cord loops for 3 months. So it'll get finished. I'm hoping to finish it this month. We'll see how that goes. I'm sure I'll let you know. So that is whip number 3. Whip number 4 is a baby blanket, or it will be one. This is crocheted. It is made of cotton, just a cotton that I had in my stash. The pattern is the Secret Garden blanket. It is a circular crocheted baby blanket. I'm really enjoying knitting this. It's a lot of fun. It's going to be very like soft and squishy, but also light because the baby was just born in May, which means that it's going to be summertime when she needs a blanket. Babies always need blankets, I hear, but she lives in California, so I wasn't going to knit her or crochet her anything with wool because that just is a bad idea, just a bad choice, bad life choice for babies in California in the summer. So cotton it was, and I found a really nice like feminine pattern that I liked, so I'm enjoying knitting it. I hope that they will enjoy having it for their baby, and I gotta finish that up so that I can send it to them before their baby is not a baby anymore. Because the reason I think it might take me forever is because I have this crochet project, which I don't know if I showed this to you last time, but this is the first sweater I ever made, or started to make. This is called the Traveler's Sweater, I think, and it's knit in the Knit Picks something yarn. It's 100% Highland wool, or something. It's 100% non-superwash wool, worsted weight, and I started crocheting this because I saw the designer's how-to video. In her tutorial, she showed how to do it, and I was like, I could do that. And then I did. I like bought the pattern, and I bought the yarn that was suggested in the pattern, and I crocheted about, I mean, all the color work I did so quickly, and then I got to the sleeves, and then I got about here, a couple of centimeters down past the sleeves, and I kept trying it on, and the neckline was way too tight, the sleeves were way too tight, so I sort of put it away for a bunch of months. I started this last January, so it's been over a year that this has been in progress. I was going to say on the needles, but it's crocheting. I picked it back up in November, snipped the neckline and unraveled so I could fix the sleeves, and since then it's been sitting in my car because I was like, this is a good car project. If I'm waiting for someone, I can just crochet it, which is great in theory, except usually I'm waiting at night and there's no light to crochet by. So like if I'm waiting for someone to show up to a restaurant for dinner, I'm like hunched over in like a street light trying to crochet this thing, and it didn't end up getting a lot of work on it after I put it in my car. So I've recently taken that back out. And then the last whip, this is as far as I've ever gotten in recording this episode, so fingers crossed, guys. This is the Just Try Me cowl, or it will be. This is it's the only one that I actually have the pattern of, like right here. So this is a kit that I bought from the Maryland Sheep and Wool Festival, which was last weekend. It was last weekend. I went with my mom for Mother's Day, and this is the Just Try Me cowl, designed by Ruolo. I got this at the Bare Naked Wool's like stand at the festival, because this is a sampler kit with a bunch of their DK weight yarns, and I've been loving it so far. It's amazing to try out all the yarns, because they're all like natural artisan yarn. I mean, you can you can read on their website what type of sheep the wool comes from, or the yarn is blended from, which is really cool because up until now I haven't really, like I've known different types of fibers like cotton, alpaca, like Suri versus Huacaya alpaca, wool, merino wool versus other wool, superwash, you know, non-superwash, but I didn't really know like what the difference was between like Romney and, you know, Gotland or anything else. So I'm really excited to be sort of entering that stage in my fiber crafting journey. This has been a ton of fun. I cast this on yesterday, so that shows you how motivated I am with this one, and how fun it's been to just, I mean, everyone knows stripes are very motivational because you just want to get to the next one, but yeah, it's just been a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to finishing this one up, hopefully over the weekend. Oh, now that I've said that, I'm looking forward to finishing this one up whenever it gets finished. How about that? So yeah, that's it for the whips. That's a lot. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 whips. Man. All right, guys. I'm going to turn the camera off, turn it back on again, and then we can get into the very brief acquisitions portion. If you don't like acquisitions, then this is where I say goodbye. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you next time, and hopefully it won't be another 4 months. But if you like acquisitions, then stick around. Okay, so my camera's battery is dying, so hopefully I'm just gonna make this quick. Acquisitions. It's been a bunch of months since the last time I podcasted, and in the last time I said, oh, I'm trying to do like a no-buy 2022. No. What I'm trying to do is be more thoughtful about what I'm buying and what I'll actually use. So one of the things that I know about myself is that, or that I've learned about myself, is that I only want sweaters quantity of yarn because I like having the option of making a sweater out of it. Now, as we know, the sweater might not turn out that great, or it might take me forever to knit or crochet, but I still like having that option. Every yarn that I don't have a sweater's quantity of, I like have the perfect pattern for, sweater pattern for. So I know myself. I've been trying to not buy as much yarn, but when I do, to make sure that I buy enough for what I want to make out of it, which usually means sweater quantity. So I'll start with the Knit Crate yarn. I'm a Knit Crate member. I'm trying to skip the months that I don't need, but and I'm also trying not to buy superwash yarn. That has been a lifesaver because all the pretty colors of hand-dyed yarns, most of them are superwash. So this is the Knitology Wisp in the color Conservatory, 100% merino wool, DK weight. This is gorgeous. I got this in the mail, and then they were doing a buy one get one free sale, and I was like, okay. So I went and I bought 4 more skeins of this. I got 2 in the mail. It's just gorgeous. And I saw this color, and I saw that it was 100% wool, and I was like, oh, the Creya Bea and her Billy pullover, which I know everyone's been inspired by that, but I never claimed to be a trendsetter, so I don't know if I'll actually use this to do a cable knit sweater, but the option is nice. So I did buy a sweater's quantity of this. Okay, yarn, number 1. There's so much stuff that I could talk about, but I'm basically going to keep myself down to what I got at the festival last weekend. So I picked up this gorgeous bag. I'll probably put, I might put all my crochet hooks in here, actually. This is a design by Home Row Fiber Co. I think she does dyeing and also designing, so I just saw this from like across the barn and I was like, I need that. So yeah, it's a little like ram skull. Okay. So that's number one. Number two is I stopped at the Zellinger Wool Company booth and I picked up 3 skeins. These are DK weight, 2 ounce, 150 yards skeins. I got 2 in this like barber pole, like twist or something. I don't know exactly what it's called, but I actually saw Well Loved Knits knit up like a swatch in something similar to this, and I saw the swatch and I was like, oh my god, I love that. So I've been keeping my eye out for something like this that was affordable or worth paying for. And this is Zellinger Wool Company is a spinnery in Michigan, and so this is like 100% natural wool. They spin it themselves, and it was like $10 a skein, which I was like, that's a steal. And so this is a Merino Romney blend, also DK weight, 150 yards. And I figured that I wanted to make some fingerless gloves out of this, and if I have enough left over, maybe some slippers. And I got this for the slippers in case, since I probably won't have enough of just the barber pole stripe. So yeah, I'm very excited about these. I don't have any plans for immediate cast-ons, but I do know what I want to make with these when the time comes. And then the last thing I got at the festival was a sweater kit from Knit Spot, Bare Naked Wools, which I already talked about with the Just Try Me cowl. So this is, I hope I'm not flashing this to anybody, but this is the pattern, the Dandelion Honey pattern. I don't think, yeah, this is all okay to show. If I did happen to show anything by like the back, then I will put like a block over it or something, because I paid for this pattern. I don't want to ruin it or spoil it, I guess. Yeah, spoil, not ruin. So this is the Dandelion Honey. It's a lace cardigan. I saw it, I saw the sample, and I really wanted to knit it. I love lace. I haven't done a ton of it, but I really, it's very inspiring to me. So I picked up the exact yarn from Bare Naked Wools that they used for the sample, which is Kent lace. It is 60% merino wool, 40% Romney wool, color wet sand, and it is a lace weight yarn. So I have 2 skeins of this. It's 750 yards per skein, and I will have more than enough for the cardigan. Like a short sleeved version of the cardigan for sure. I could probably also knit the long sleeve version if I wanted. I'm gonna do the short sleeve version because it's very summery and I need something I can actually wear. But at some point I would also like to knit the long sleeved, more autumnal version. So yeah, that's my knitting plans and also acquisitions. At some point, oh, I do also want to mention, I don't have them with me, but I do want to mention that I worked with a indie dyer. Oh my god, you know how bad I am with names. Okay, so the pattern is the Little Scorpion pullover, and I've been eyeing it for months, and they were selling Little Scorpion kits. Ivy and Autumn, that's the name of the designer. So Ivy and Autumn was selling kits for the Little Scorpion pattern, and they were dyeing it up on a superwash base. And I emailed them and I was like, hey, is this available non-superwash, or could it be? Like, would the colors even work on a non-superwash base? And she was like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna try that. So she was amazing and actually went and tried out the colors on a non-superwash base to see if they worked. And she emailed me back and she said, actually, yeah, these would work. And I can dye these up for you if you want to buy the kit. And I was like, yes, please, because I love the sweater. but I am trying to do away with my superwash, or to use up all my superwash and not buy more. And so I was very, very, very excited that she was willing to do that and to dye up a non-superwash kit. So I have that kit. I bought it like a month ago or so. It's a 3-color color work pullover. And I don't think I'm ready yet for that, or at least I don't really want to puzzle my way through it right now. It's, you know, almost summer. I sort of want more summery knits on my needles, but I have the feeling that that's gonna be one of the first things I pick up in the fall. So I will insert pictures of the yarn because it's currently like in a box down there, and I don't really want to go dig through and pick it out, but I'm very, very, very excited about that as well. So that's basically my like acquisition / knitting plans portion. And yeah, hopefully my camera has not died. If it has, you might be seeing a me in a different outfit. But hopefully not. So yeah, I guess thanks for watching. This has been sort of a rambly podcast, but hopefully it was worth it. And if you want to see more of my like more day-to-day fiber crafting adventures, then feel free to check me out on Instagram. As I said before, it's well, did I say it before, or did I say it in one of the other things that I was recording? I've been sitting here for a long time, guys. Genie and Jane. That's Genie, the letter N, and then Jane on Instagram. So feel free to follow me over there, say hi, check out what I'm knitting or crocheting or sewing. Yeah, have a good day, everybody. I hope everyone's enjoying the May weather wherever you are, and hopefully I will see you again in not 4 months. Bye.